All right, got another 4v4 here. Now this match was played immediately after the previous match, in the previous after action report.
Assault engineers are on the
So,
lines
and we lose this one.
M10
We're
ready for
about to
action.
find out why.
Advanced vehicle
Analysis
crew
video.
tactics now in effect.
So,
All units to adjust.
yeah, we're still using the same army, so I'm USF here on the far left. I've got Elite here, Soviets next to me. Nope. And Lemon with the Brits. And what we have here are 4 OKW. So, just seeing the loading screen immediately, I've got my strategy. And I've been having trouble with this strategy because when we get into the late game, things don't go too well. I miss my Calliope, right? I want my Calliope to deal with the blobs for the most part, but have to try to adapt to other things. So early game, I'm going straight for Armor Company because I want to try beat the OKW at their game. So it's like early game, they think they're gonna have the advantage. Try to reverse the roles here and just go for Armor Company with Assault Engineers and try to beat them at their own game. And most of the time, you can get it done. You know, with Assault Engineers, 5-man squads, all you need to do is just deal with the Storm Pioneer squad, and the Volks are easy to deal with after that. In this case here, however, he's going for Panzer Fusiliers. So at this point, I'm not playing how I should play against Panzer Fusiliers. I haven't quite figured out yet that if you want to go against Panzer Fusiliers, you need to be very aggressive at the beginning because they don't perform well in the early game. So I've got my rifles here that spot the Storm Pioneers and trying to engage at range. And the mistake here is basically taking time to cap here. What I should do is just, once the Assault Engineers show up, now immediately go in. So I'm taking too long of a time here to deal with this. But we do have the fuel. Problem is that Elite has gone and bypassed straight for the middle. I was assuming that he was the one who got a cap. I think probably miscommunication here. Well, I say miscommunication. We don't actually talk at all. I don't know who the guy is. We're not on Discord or anything like that. We're just using chat. And, you know, we're busy microing stuff. No one's going to take the time to talk or anything. So he gets his Storm Pioneers out and goes behind actually. Gets in on the flank here. I see that. I immediately pull my Assault Engineers back and throw them right in their face. And that's gone. Now we just need to walk up and deal with these Panzer Fusiliers. I sent my rear echelon to cap the back. My thought process here, right, was since we didn't get enough time to get the decap here, and my rear echelon, you know, I'm already walked them all the way up this far. Instead of double backing to try to get the decap, I'll just go and go for like a cutoff here, you know. Of course, that was a mistake because this point doesn't actually cut off anything. I mean, we already have the fuel. Decided to try capitalize on it by going for the next cutoff point, but that's unrealistic, unpractical because it's right in the middle of the map and we have to deal with things. So second Assault Engineer comes in, mops up the Panzer Fusiliers. They can't stand. They can't go head to head with that. So we win this flank basically. And things are looking good because we've got the fuel on both sides. Nope, going for classic clown car. I approve because we are fighting 4 OKW, 2 on this side. However, I'm not entirely sure what happened here. I mean, it's still looking good. Still floating a lot of manpower, nope. Come on. This is a very fast scout car. You could definitely go for like a second one. Pretty close there with this Assault Engineer. Actually, I'm not too sure if he does survive. Yeah, the bush saves him. So we've reconnected. We're now getting the fuel. Finally getting more infantry out. Ooh, Elite's not doing too well. He's lost some guys, I believe. So he plays for the middle. It would have been better if he helped me out with the fuel. As you can see there, for prioritizing the fuel. And that machine gun would be very helpful. There's 2-on-1 here. I don't think I realized this at the time of the game. I don't really recall. But Elite's coming over with his penals now, getting his core infantry out. Yeah, the machine gun would have been very helpful.
Guard rifle infantry squads can now be called to fight for the motherland.
A misplay here with that. So I got my own machine gun out. Try to switch the attack order from that Stern Pioneer to these guys here. And managed to do it. So we've repelled him. Green players in full retreat try to reinforce and heal up his infantry.
Officers taking the field for duty.
So defeat in detail. The green guy is gone for the most part. Now we have to deal with the cyan player. Well, not the best of firefights. Oh, more supports come in. Oh, we're looking good, we're looking good. On the other side, we still have maintained the fuel. Okay, so Nope's got a lot more infantry out now. It's already 7 minutes, so his clown car isn't not gonna be that helpful. They already got AT out. So the green player has managed to regroup his guys and bring them back pretty fast. Most of my squads have been bled out, so I need to regroup there. I get the fast do it. My thinking here is that we've had the fuel advantage. Might as well go for a light vehicle. It doesn't go as planned, because they're already set up for it, right? These guys, they've already got their 2 AT out. And, yeah. I'm not going to be able to get much play from this. But the problem here is that actually, if we're looking over on the other side, the enemy only has 1 AT gun. They only have that 1 Mechanographer to deal with Nope's scout car. And because we don't talk in the games, we have no idea what's going on both flanks. But considering the fact that we've been having quite some trouble trying to retake the field here, it would be completely fine to give it up and try go for a focus flank on one side, which on this side we could easily have turned it over. They don't have much to deal with the combined student and the clown car. And Lemon's infantry, the raid sections. I mean, we've got enough fire and maneuver here to deal with something, make a good play basically. But of course that doesn't happen. But it's a possibility. So regrouping here. Elite's now got 2 machine guns. And he's brought out... Oh, okay. Supply truck. So the thing about these supply trucks that I've learned, I assume that they actually gave resources to the whole team. That is not the case. They only give the boost resources to the player that controls them. Now in a team game, however, there is a use for them, is that they can actually connect disconnected capture points, fuel nodes, that kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it does have its uses in team games. It's just that I've never seen anyone use it in the way that it helps in the team game. Because I assume that they just gave the flat bonus to everybody. That is not the case. So I'm trying to micro 2 sides here, which was a mistake. I'm assuming because, you know, he's got the machine gun set up, he's getting suppression. but I walk it right up into this 2-1. Yeah. Forced retreat there from the propaganda. So I figured, you know, we're here, why not? The AT guns were over on the left side. Go for a flank here then. I find Lemon's infantry here, which I wasn't expecting, so I decided to just try to support him here. Got the kill before I got the Faust out. Go back to this 2-1. Now I'm trying to one-nope at this point in time, but you know, just pinging the map, he isn't gonna know what's going on. I'm trying to tell him that there are 2 AT guns here. He just goes all the way in, and I'm not sure what to do. I'm a bit hesitant, panicking here, but managed to get it in a position that he doesn't quite get the line of sight on my Stuart. Because I need somebody to deal with this. Once this goes, now my Stuart can go in, mop up anything else. So I see the cannon warfare out and move in now. And I decided to go for it. Hit with cannon warfare and the 2-2-2. So the green player went all the way here on the far left. So we get this cutoff here, we get the fuel. He doesn't have very good lines of retreat. So I see that and maneuver the Stuart over, try to see if we can pick off his units as they're retreating. Trying to regroup my guys at the same time, so I missed that Stern Pioneer squad. So Stuart's coming in here. But yeah, it's okay. It's a very good engagement here. That was a very good flank this point on over here. But they have regrouped.
Sherman dozers have reached the front line.
Now that is interesting. The blue player is here now from the far right. So I did not realize this. There are 3 guys on this left flank now.
Ready for deployment.
I mean, you guys gotta go now, guys. I mean, there's only 1 guy here. Stuker wipes out a machine gun. Yeah, there's way too much here. And without the machine gun for blob control, it's not looking too good. What's Elite got here? Machine gun still here. It did its job though, because like to start that flank off, it was a pretty good placement. Oh, he's got his other machine gun here. Oh, come on, man. He's regrouping. I assume he had a counterattack going. Maybe he had that somewhere off here. Maybe he went for that flank.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
So they've turned us now. Turned the flank over, and now turning over the middle. Okay, yeah, finally, we've got the push going. 2-on-1. You guys need to go, like, aggressive now.
Sector under attack.
What happened to Nope's infantry? Oh. Yeah, that's not good. So we had the Axis turn over the left flank here. They managed to go in all the way on the middle. Whereas our mismatch of a 2-on-1 on the right side here didn't generate enough momentum or initiative. If not, you know, because it's a 2-on-1, you gotta go in, try to go for the cutoff points, try to equalize the situation. So got another machine gun out. In this game, infantry-wise, I do better than usual. Keep most of them alive. But yeah. Oh, blue player's MGs here. Get caught up out of a cannon warfare. I decided to send the major forward because they've been going all the way deep in behind this part of the line, so no point in setting up the forward retreat point at this point in time. Might as well just use it as support. But we run into, you know, strong opposition 2-on-1 at this side. I get kited by the cannon warfare. Goodbye, stupid. Stuka deals a lot of damage to my infantry. Yeah, that attack was not going to work. Okay, so we've managed on this flank here. Lemon and Nope have pushed them back pretty far. I'm not too sure what. Oh, I think Elite tried to mount an attack through the middle. Yeah, at this point in time, we should play a little bit more conservatively. So the middle here is something that we can capture and possibly hold, because the Axis aren't too interested in that. On the left flank here, I mean, trying to go up against these guys, we're gonna need time to get like better units out. Still a very good attack going on here.
Prepare yourself.
So on the right side here, army composition wise, doing alright, especially in comparison to the opposition here, the blue player. He's not doing too well, he's not having a great game. On the other side, however, we look alright actually. So yeah, army composition wise, we're looking okay. Well, they have better coordination. Now looking at the replay, I did not realize this as we were going on. I was too busy trying to micro and fight this entire big blob here. But there are two players on me right here. Trying to hold them off. There's a 3485 out. No, just a 76, sorry, normal 76. Trying to help Lemon's Cromwell. But we're just sending our tanks out piecemeal up here. That's not good. Oh, nah, I'm losing a lot. So Elite has regrouped. So it's my mistake here in going off and risking an engagement when it was 2-on-1. I didn't check to see what Elite was doing. He had to take time to regroup and replenish his forces. So basically what's happened here is that I've gone off and I've been damaged enough because it was a 2-on-1. Even though I have a few units in play, it's not comparable to the two armies that are basically kind of intact. So it was a 2-on-1. And by the time Elite gets his guys over here, it becomes another 2-on-1 because now I'm out of the picture and now he has to deal with the blob. We catch a lucky break here. I get the 105 Sherman out. So I got something to repel the infantry with. But the cannon warfers, I mean, this is the problem here. Basically, trying to deal with the support weapons is the problem because without the Calliope, I've got no proper indirect fire support. The only thing I can get is the pack howitzer, which is something I didn't consider as the game was being played. And quite frankly, it's a unit that I don't usually play a lot. Something I probably should look into, because the USF only get the mortar and the pack howitzer as their like core units for indirect fire support. That's why the Calliope is so great. It fills out that gap in the USF roster. But the only other answer is that if I get help from the Soviet player Elite here, if he gets like 2 Katyusha, that's all we need really. 2 Katyushas are going to save the game. But as I said before, this is like the only second time that I've played with Elite, so we don't really know like what it is that both of us are doing at this point. This was a big mistake here. I wasn't paying attention to that. I'm not paying a lot of attention here either. Am I? Yeah, that's not good. So a lot of misplays on our part here. So 3476 against Kenwerfer. So composition-wide, blue player has got some infantry back. Yellow maintaining to what he had before. Lemon still has his core build going, so that's good. Oh my, nope. What happened to you guys, man? Everything's gone. Oh no. I'm assuming that was a misplay in one of their engagements and he just lost everything to a couple of unlucky shots. Probably overextended. That's not good. So yeah, you can see how the game is slowly turning away from our favor. We've maintained the middle, which is good. Machine gun and vet too, so he's been doing a lot of work. Stuker. Yep. Oh my. What we really need still is the fuel. 1 fuel point, 1 VP. We've got the VP, we just need the fuel. So I go in for another engagement here. Not good because Elite's units are all out of position. Actually, no, the Cyan player has maneuvered around. Oh, he's attacking the middle now. Okay. T-70 helping out, taking out the infantry. So I managed to repel this flank and go for the fuel. I don't realize that there's a Panzer IV on the flank here that went through the middle. Yeah, okay, mistake here, rookie mistake. Don't forget going for the points, we gotta win the engagement, because once we can win the engagement, we're looking good. So basically he gets to take a one-on-one with my rear echelon with the stern pioneers, which is not good at all. And oh my, yeah. So I get the damage engine from before, so I pull it back. And I'm assuming that since I've repelled the infantry, they can't, you know, it's okay to get it repaired here, but I get caught out here, and my vehicle crew, they got knocked down to one guy, so I pull them back here to the forward point, replenish them, and then try to get the Sherman back. However, they reinforce and replenish their guys so fast that by the time this happens, they're already in a position to come in here and take it. So I should have retreated it with the damage engine further back. This was a very big mistake, and I don't have enough guys to get in the Sherman here. So I'm telling Elite here, just kill the Sherman. There's no point trying to get it back. lose a lot of infantry in the process. And it decreased the second time, and I'm still telling him to, you know, kill the Sherman. Yeah, so that was a very big mistake there. Should have just retreated it back. Was not expecting them to have all the infantry back so fast. But oh well. So I've taken quite a lot of losses now. They destroyed. Not a lot of trouble for both of us. Forget the lieutenant stuck all the way here. Composition wise, we're still looking alright, really. So technically we come up on top of that engagement. But yeah, they have their HQs pretty close to the point. That's why they can get their reinforcements in real quick. Should have taken that into account. They only have this one cannon river here in terms of AT. Okay, nope, they got the Jagdtiger out. So this year, as we find out as the game progresses, I'm thinking to myself, you know, what answers do I have to this? And this is when I come to the realization that M10 Wolverines actually, for me, if it's a one-on-one, might be the answer. Because I don't want to use the regular Sherman. They don't perform that well, especially here in the late game. And I'm thinking the M10 Wolverine being so cheap, you know, I can just treat that as like a T-34. However, we don't get to the point where I manage to get like a massive swarm, because as you can see, fuel-wise, I'm not doing too well. And neither is the rest of the team, because for the last, you know, 10 minutes or so, they've had both fuel points. And now they have this combo of the Sturm Tiger and the Jagdtiger. Yeah. They had much better coordination. I'm assuming that this 4 OKW guys, they're all a team as well. And they've probably been playing together a lot longer than we have. Me and Elite have only played one game. It was the game previous to this. And yeah, they've got like a double team going on here. There's not much I can do. And Elite's lost quite a lot of guys again. Engagements in the middle, I believe. Yeah. Over here on the right.
Where do you want us?
Lemon still has preserved most of his army, and his build's still looking okay. Nope, as I said, you know, try to rebuild. So the Katusha is good. That's something that we need late game most of the time. Oh, they've got another King Tiger here. Yeah, so going into the late game with armor for the Soviets, if you're going for this airborne build, having at least one 34 is good, because if you get a ram on a big tank like this King Tiger and then go for the IL-2 strafe, I mean, that's a pretty good combo. But you only need one 34 for that to pull off. The rest of it you need to support, and in this case you're playing with Lemon. Everything is built around the Crocodile Churchill here. So you get Katyushas for an indirect fire support, and then you get Su-85s for long-range firepower. And that right there is the best way to support Lemon and his build. And Nope isn't doing too well on fuel either. We've been bled dry. So these two tanks are actually out in the open with not much support. We have an opportunity here. However, because we can't coordinate, technically we do have enough units here to make a good play. Of course, at the time of playing we don't know any of this because we're all the way retreated back to regroup. And basically, the way I can see this play out, if it was a coordinated, in hindsight, a coordinated attack, and we have the T-70 go out, have a look, identify that we've got these two guys here all alone, and we've got enough medium armor here to go in. That's not what we do, however. What we do is that we identify the King Tiger here, and we decide to stack all 4 players on this one side and try to take this out. kill, very nice, Elite.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina. Guards troops ready for action.
So very uncoordinated, so I was left behind because I was following Elite as he came over there, so my tanks were a couple seconds late. Lemon isn't confident because it's not his infantry that are in play. He's not trusting us to support him. So he pulls back the Churchill, which is something that we need up front a little bit. Partly because we don't have any good reconnaissance units. The enemy have countered very fast, now they're counterattacking. Kind of an uncommon sight among randoms, so I'm inclined to think that they were a 4-man team for OKW. So we managed to pick off the King Tiger, take some losses. Now that they've shifted all here. Well, try to regroup my guys, and I'm thinking because they've all been on the right flank, the left flank ought to be pretty weak. And it kind of is. I mean, there's one cannon warfare, you knock that out. Then have my armor come in and deal with the machine guns. But I just send this one lone Wolverine because the rest of my infantry have all been pretty much decimated.
M10 ready for action.
So nobody gets the Su-85 out now, so that's good. Lemon's taking some infantry losses.
Trouble, trying to take one of our points.
So we have a triple team going on here, trying to pick off this Stone Tiger. Nice, good kill. Alright. I mean, we can still make a play here, really. Got plenty of medium armor. One cannon warfare in terms of their infantry AT. That's what you need to deal with. I mean, if we wanted to use the ram, I mean, at this point, we had the T-34-85 ram the Jagdtiger, bring in the IL-2 strike. The Su-85 would have been able to mop it up. We would have been able to get out of this by knocking out all the heavy units. But that did not happen. And Lemon isn't trusting anybody. I don't blame him. We could have won that. That was a very winnable engagement. I mean, they had that one cannon warfare there, and they had the double. Is it double or just one cannon warfare that this guy had? I think he might have had two here. So in terms of infantry-wise, there wasn't much that they could do to hurt us except for those support weapons. And we have more than enough armor to get around and knock them all out. The misplay here was, I'm thinking to myself, and this is usually how I play. We identified the biggest threat here and eliminate that. And in this case, compared to the Jagdpanzer and the Jagdtiger is the first thing that we need to go. However, Elite's the guy that went in first, so I'm just gonna follow his lead. Because if we try to split our units up here, I'm thinking to myself that's not gonna be a good decision. So he decides to go to the Jagdpanzer, which I disagree with, but I'm gonna have to support him. He's making the play, so I'm following. He's basically the quarterback here. So I go in with him, and we do manage to knock out the Jagdpanzer. we had smokes going off here, trying to smoke off the Kennenwerfer. I think they attacked ground through it. So that was going on. The Jagdtiger was still active. So he got rear and side shots into us as we make the flank maneuver here. Of course, even if we had went for the Jagdtiger, then it would be the Jagdpanzer doing the flanking shots on us. But I'm thinking here, because this is a much bigger unit than the Jagdpanzer in terms of resources, and this threat should have gone for this first. But never mind, it's one detail. But even if we had gone for the Jagdpanzer, as we did here, if Nope had been able to ram, because it's a throwaway 3476, let's face it, ram IL-2 strike, which he does have all the munitions for, and then have the Su-85 come up and take shots, because other than these two Kennenwerfers that are over here on the right side, I mean, this area here, as we made our play, was pretty much open, except for that other one Kennenwerfer here. And I don't think his Katusha was on cooldown, not too sure. But of course we were missing Lemon because he had gone into an engagement much earlier and taken a lot of damage, and he's not risking his tanks. Theoretically speaking, if he had stayed at some range over here on this side, away from the yellow players with Kennenwerfers on the far right, I mean, he would have been able to get at least a couple of shots off without taking any damage return, because it's a Firefly after all. Churchill, yeah, at the time as the engagement went on, he had taken a lot of damage, so that's not going to be in play. I'm not sure what the status of the Cromwell was, but that would have been helpful. Yeah, the Cromwell, because its anti-infantry capability, pretty good. Of course, having a Comet would have been better, but Cromwell still does pretty good damage against infantry compared to like a Wolverine or the 76 Sherman the Elite had. But this engagement here did not go well at all for us. And looking at it, army composition-wise, they're getting Panthers out for the Cyan player who lost his Storm Tiger. Yellow is the guy providing the support weapons on this side. Blue is still having a pretty bad game. He hasn't been able to rebuild, and I'm assuming that he's just trying to help his teammates, so that's why he's bleeding a lot of units. There was plenty of time here to rebuild because they've had a lot of pressure and map control for a long time, but there's that. I take a lot of losses. I mean, after that, I'm pretty much gone. There's not much I can do. Rebuilding now takes some time, especially since they've had double fuel for quite some time now. And Elite, he basically lost all his Shermans in that engagement. He's got one left, and the T-70 harassing in the middle. So it's basically game from that point on. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna stop here because there's not much to review after this. Okay, so I've rewinded the tape here to this engagement. So I got the Fog of War on just so we can see what it is that we saw as we played the game. So at this point in time, Lemon has got his Churchill fully healthed up, repaired, Firefly and support. Nope's lone 3476 in action as well. Katusha hanging back 17 seconds before we get the reload on it, so it's about time to start maneuvering up it a little bit up further to support. Elite's got his Shermans rolling in. I was lagging behind because it took me some time to figure out that he was moving over to the right, so I'm trying to catch up here. I got all my infantry in support as well. So just roll the tape here, see what goes on. So we catch the King Tiger out here. This is the first armor engagement, one right after this, but I figured might as well just watch it from this point on. So he managed to get the kill on King Tiger here, and we spot the lone Kennenwerfer up here on the top. Sorry. Okay. So get the kill there.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles. Fresh Guards troops
I
are
really need
standing
to micro these guys better, put them facing up along this line here so I can get fire in. Yeah, it takes me too long to do that. I'm trying to put the infantry in the screen up here, and that's when we spot the rest of the enemy. We shift over from the left flank over. So I need to pull back now. I've got no infantry presence on the left flank here. In the meantime, I need repairs here. Churchill's down to 2/3 health. Lemon and Nope's infantry have now come in, secured the right flank. I'm pushing over to the left here. So it's a very good screen that we got going on here. But we don't have the armor to support it now. Everything's pulled back to repair. Now they're pushing. Cyan players all alone pushing now. But yeah, we've secured it for now. It's at this point that I sent my Wolverine off to the far left to try, you know, see what's going on here, but just run into the cannon werfers and machine guns. So Nope's chasing off the infantry with his lone T-34. You gotta help him repair that Churchill. Nope. This Churchill is basically the cornerstone of everything we've got.
Our points have fallen to 300.
So the Su-85 is not in play. Churchill needs repaired. This is where we catch the Storm Tiger out all alone, knock him out. Takes a massive hit from that. Stunned, but no real damage done. If we could get the T-70 in recon mode up here, we can watch our flanks. Alright, so let's just pause here. So we're all still spread out because we were busy regrouping for the most part. So there's one lone Sherman that's on low health. Not much we can do with that. We really need to get the Churchill repaired. Smoke out. Alright. So now we've pulled up our guys now. Okay, let's just pause here. So the problem here was that we sent the one Sherman out. Now I was expecting it to die there, but it didn't. We got the smoke off. So really, considering that the Churchill's still not in play, my Jackson took 2 hits from that Yak Tiger, I think, or maybe just 1. We haven't lost anything at this point. Now theoretically, we still have enough units here to make a play. Let's continue from that. So we know that there's that one cannon werfer back in the back there. So we're pushing in now. So he singles out the Jagdpanzer to go for. It is the one on low health. But I've only got, what is it? Oh, it's 2 Wolverines, not the Jackson. I don't have a Jackson in play. So we'll follow his lead in here. Smoke for the Jagdtiger. Yeah, okay, that's good. The cannon werfer still gets shots in. So at this point in time, Nope still just hanging back here at 3040. The Cromwell would have been helpful. It's still in play. Katusha already fired a second shot. I don't know what it was that he fired at. Su-85 is also hanging back here. I mean, depending on how much you value the oh, there's my Jackson. Yeah, pulled it back to repair. Depending on how much you value the T-70, I mean, that would have been helpful to take out the cannon werfer. But I don't blame him. If he wants to keep it, then alright, he can keep it safe there then. But going up here into this, yeah, my play still would have worked out. Considering we'll be fine. These yellow player didn't wake up in time to react to the push that we went in all the way here. He's only now maneuvering the cannon werfers around. So I mean, having the T-34 go in, ram the Yak Tiger, call in the rocket strafe. Su-85 could have easily mopped that up and Cromwell could have helped out with that as well, because they don't have that much here. In terms of anti-tank capability, that is. They've got a lot of infantry, but I mean, they can't really hurt us. Because we just initially won the first engagement here. It's like basically 2 armored engagements that happened in this side. One at 30 minutes and the second one at this point in time here. So, yeah. We could have gotten more out of it, and might have been able to make a comeback. As long as we can secure 1 field and then play conservatively by holding 1 field and 1 VP, we have enough points to do it. Yeah. Moves up the T-34, 76 here, but it's too late to do anything there. And yeah, I mean, it's not gonna risk his armor. I don't know what he fired the Katyusha at. It would have been helpful to knock out that one Raketenwerfer. That's all we needed to knock out. So, yep, that's the game.